Oh no. Oh, this should work. Hold on. This has got to go up a little bit. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, maybe that. What's wrong with this? Maybe I'll just unplug that. How about that? How about that, huh? There we go. Hello, dear. Oh, wait. Let's try something else real quick. Chat. Hold on. Oh, messages. I wanted to see something else real quick. Is this one it? Yeah, we got that one. Is that cute? I love that one. Or this one. That's me. That is me. Or this one. There we go. Cute, right? I like the colors. I wish I was that colorful in real life. Maybe do that one. That one's kind of pink. We'll just do this one. Let's just do that one, shall we? Or we could do Soci. Wow, you guys, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. We're in a different room. We are. Hold on, I'm gonna see something. Where is my saved? Hold on. Where's my saved ones? How are you? I've been good, dear. How about you? Hold on, I'm trying to see where my saved ones are. Oh, playlist. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. No, it's not on the playlist. Where's my... Should be under political. If I can find it. This. No, this is the one. This is the one right here.
This company from Nashville took a page out of the military's playbook.
Hi, how are you?
Solar generator.
How are you, just Ricky?
This with nuclear.
Okay, let's go back.
All of these, as we're hearing that there is a list of major cities that will likely be hit by nuclear weapons. These will be the primary targets of Russia if they were to strike. So I'm going to be going through this, and in addition to this, I also shared with you in a previous upload that right now we are hearing that FEMA, the U.S. government, has actually released an updated nuclear guide to prevent radiation exposure. We heard that the UK is telling their citizens to get ready. Various nations, now the United States, is letting their citizens know, here are some updates, some guides. If we were to have a nuclear explosion, a bomb to go off in the U.S., here is what you need to take into consideration. And in addition to that, Nuclear Apocalypse Map shows the best and worst U.S. states to live in case of Armageddon. They're saying Vermont is where you want to be. Hawaii, you pretty much have got no chance. So I'm going to be covering all of these updates for you, letting you know what cities to watch out for, how far these blasts are going to reach. If you're in New York, California, Los Angeles, San Diego, Houston, Chicago, a lot of these cities are on the list. I'm going to be covering all of the maps for you. You can see how far the blasts are. You're going to be able to see, is where I live, my house, in the middle of these blasts. Also, they're saying if we do have a warning coming out, you have about 15 minutes to decide what it is you're going to do if you can get out of the blast radius. I'm going to share with you all the latest information coming out. And like I said, these updates just recently coming out in the past couple of days. I know a lot of people saying we've had these updates for quite some time. There's a lot of information out there that's old. These are new ones that have now been recently released with everything that's currently going on. But let us pray that nothing goes this route of all-out nuclear war. However, I'm going to make sure that you have the latest information so you know exactly what is going on. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor, take a quick second, hit the like button for me. So we've got 2,200 people live with me, almost 300 likes. If we get half the room to hit the like button, help spread this out further so more people can get the latest information. Somebody's saying they'd rather be vaporized. Yes, I'm going to be sharing with you the circles where it says that if it hits, you will be vaporized. You don't have to worry about it. Also, in addition to that, to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free. Why not? And in addition to that, somebody was asking about resources. They're linked down below. Somebody was asking about my microphone. Yeah, if you are looking to get Black Friday deals on setups, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel or just trying to stock up on supplies and various Amazon.
Hold on a second. I think I figured out how to share my link real quick. Okay. If you'd like to send a tip, that is my link to my Cash App. I like to get that out of the way. Let's go back to what we were listening to. Hold on. Here we are.
Excuse me, miss. Don't touch me, sir. No, I just wanted that.
Various Amazon links down below so you can get access. Now's the time to do
Nixon.
it with the sales that are currently going on if you wanted to stock up on things. But let me go ahead and get you guys caught up in the latest as to what is going on so that way you can see it for yourself with all the warnings that are currently going out. So first, let's go ahead and start off with this Washington, D.C. map so you can see
So here it shows
exactly
a map,
what is
you
taking
guys.
place here. So this map that you are looking at, the inner yellow circle
Hold
is
on.
the fireball radius in which
me get rid of
everything would be
this.
vaporized by intense heat rising to millions of degrees Fahrenheit. This would reach about 15.1 square miles. And again, just to clarify a little bit more detail on this, they are saying that this is estimations on cities. If Moscow, if Russia were to attack with a R-36M2, also known as the SS-18 Satan, this is one of the largest and most powerful heavy intercontinental ballistic missile ICBMs that has ever been built. They're saying these would likely be the ones that could hit the United States and how far it could reach. And they're saying these are multiple times more powerful than what we saw dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So this map shows first that inner yellow circle.
It's
That is the
scary.
vaporization
Hawaii
zone.
has,
Millions and millions of
I
degrees
do not
Fahrenheit,
have OnlyFans.
15.1 square miles.
If you live in
Everything that
Hawaii,
inner
they're
circle
saying there's no
vaporized. That is
chance
the
of
fireball
survival.
blast that you would see
Hello from India.
take place, and then you would see that mushroom cloud
Ow.
come out of there.
My
Now,
leg.
the
Ow.
more moderate blast damage radius is the inner gray circle, covering 442 square miles.
So
of
the
blast.
inner
That
gray
would destroy
circle
residents,
is a
buildings,
moderate blast.
and probably cause widespread fire all throughout that inner gray
Hey,
circle.
Grimace.
Now, anyone within 2,360 square miles of the explosion, that is the thermal radiation radius, is the wide orange circle. And you would be at risk of suffering third-degree burns throughout your skin. But it says it's often painless because they destroy the pain nerves, but you very likely will not last too much longer after that due to radiation exposure and burns, which can cause severe scarring, disablement, require amputation. Now, within the light blast damage radius, this is the outermost circle, the wider gray circle, 3,490 square miles from the blast. Glass windows would shatter, and this would be expected to break. That could cause injuries. So you want to be out of the yellow areas. The gray area,
Scarface, here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and people are going to probably not agree with me, but here's the thing. Trump said 10 years ago, I'm going to protect America. I'm going to defend our borders, and I'm going to make sure Iran does not have nukes. He said it 10 years ago. He's said it all along, and he does what he says. Here's the thing. Iran has specifically said death to America, death to Israel. So their plan is, so should we just be sitting ducks and wait for them to get us? There was nobody killed, okay? They went in like freaking, I have to say, the operation was flawless, but They went in, did what they had to do, and got the hell out. 36 hours. It took 18 hours there, 18 hours back. And nobody was hurt. We didn't lose any military. They didn't lose anybody. And, you know, I hate war. I think we should never have nukes. Nobody should have nukes. There's no reason for nukes, I believe. That's just me. Why? Why do we have to have nukes? It's really effing scary.
Impacts of it, but you won't feel the necessary damage that would cause life-ending issues. So this particular one for Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Capitol, where there's given about 24-hour period, there would be 6 million people within any 24-hour period that would get the full blast
I'll
range
have to
of
watch
all
that,
4
Scarface.
circles of
Hey,
the
Pedro.
simulation detonation. 1.6 million people would lose their lives. 2 million people would sustain injuries. The fireball radius would include all of Capitol Hill.
Well, they've been
that
saying
is
it for a long
Washington,
time.
D.C. Now, in addition to that, let's go ahead and take a look at New York.
But
so
yes,
let me know in the comments.
I will
do
have
you
to
live
look
in
at
any
that.
of these major cities?
I'll have to check that
do you live in New
documentary
York?
out.
We're going to be covering New York now in detail for you. So New York here, you can see in the New York, during any given 24-hour period, you can see this will reach all the way out to Long Island. 16.2 million people
I have to
on
have
average
my
would be present
dignity.
in a full
Even though
blast
the money would be
range.
nice,
An estimated 5.4
I have to
million
have my
people would lose their
dignity.
lives. 5.6 would suffer injuries. The light blast damage range would extend all the way to New Brunswick and Stamford for New York.
Jeremy, see?
Next up, we have
Jeremy
Los
sent me
Angeles.
$10 and I
Los
didn't have to
Angeles,
send
some
him any
2.7 million
pictures.
people would lose their
Thank
lives.
you, honey.
4.3 million would be injured. In any given 24-hour period, there are
I'm
on
doing
average
all right.
12
I've been
million people in the full
sleeping.
blast range, all 4 circles of the simulated
My
detonation.
stuff came
Thermal
from
radiation
Amazon.
would hit Santa Monica, Calabasas,
And I put this
Long
in my
Beach,
ear.
and parts of
And then I
Pomona
use
as
this
well.
stuff.
Next up, we have Chicago. Chicago, in any given 24-hour period, there are on average 7.6 million people in the full blast range
I'm very
of the
tired.
radius of the simulated detonation for the city
I'll
of
check
Chicago.
out the documentary,
There would be
Scarface.
an estimated of 1.9 fatalities, 2.5
Oh, Jeremy, somebody
million.
said, if I send you $200, will you send me some pictures? And I said, even though the money would be nice, I have to have my dignity. And no, I don't send pictures like that.
Injuries, 1.9 million fatalities, 2.5 million injuries.
That's
about
what would
half
happen.
of the blast's total area would reach across Lake Michigan. So this one you can see, would go out and would poison the water as well.
If you urinate excessively, you feel extreme fatigue, or you have blurred vision due to diabetes, place this under your tongue. And
up next we have Houston, Texas.
Yes,
this
Scarface,
is my neck
absolutely.
of the woods here.
Thank you for sharing
in Houston,
yours.
Where there are on average 5.3 million people in the full
In
blast
Houston.
range of all 4 circles of this simulated detonation at any given 24-hour period, 1.2 million people would lose their lives. 1.9 million would sustain injuries.
They're saying
in
if
case you're wondering,
Russia were
would,
to
where
back
I'm at
up.
right now, I would be vaporized. I'm right in the heart of the city. I do have some other locations probably that I could go to. I see the Woodlands is out of that blast range. But where I'm currently
Where's
at,
my $200?
I would have 15 minutes
There's
to try
one.
to get out. And I don't know if you guys have been in Houston City before, but 15 minutes, there's no chance from where I'm at to get out of the city. So if you are in the heart of the city, you have got to think to yourself, okay, what am I going to do? And I've only got 15 minutes, they're saying. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to be covering for you guys what FEMA is saying. The government has released an update as to what you need to take into consideration and the safest states. I'm going to show you that map as well. But let's go ahead and continue on to the next city so you can see an update here. Phoenix, Arizona, and you can see just pretty much all of Phoenix is just gone. Some 972,000 people would lose their lives in Phoenix. 1.4 would suffer injuries. In any given 24-hour period, there are on average 3.8 million people in the full blast range of this simulated detonation.
If you guys want to finish listening to... Oh, God, Bill Gates. Fuck you, Bill Gates. if you want to listen to the rest of that video that I was just playing, that where they mapped out everything, it's Steve Ram is the channel. Steve Ram, RAM. And then also, I want you guys to hear this one. This one's good too.
President Trump and the U.S. military performed a military strike on 3 different Iranian missile and nuclear bases.
Hey, Jen.
Some are saying this was good in order to protect the United States from Iran, whose mission statement is death to
Oh, it was Steve Ram.
America. Others say,
This is
I
Stephen
now
Gardner.
hate Trump and regret voting for him, while Democrats are saying later this week we will move to officially impeach Donald J. Trump for bombing Iran. I'll go through all the details and point out why everyone missed one specific thing, and I'll give context to everything else I just mentioned. Over 10 years ago, Donald J. Trump announced his desire to lead the nation as the 45th president. In his first ever speech, he said he would close the U.S. border and ensure Iran never got a nuclear weapon. He's since promised over the last 10 years to keep America and Americans safe by keeping Iran away from nuclear power. However, it became...
Listen, I don't care. God, it's getting hot. I have a shirt on underneath here, you guys. It's just starting to get hot in here. I don't care for Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't. I care for the people of Israel, but I think he's dirty. I don't like him. I do not like Netanyahu. Something about him, there's just, I don't like him at all. Trump don't care if they impeach him 1,000 times. He's not getting reelected. That's right. Who's bashing Trump? Oh, well, a lot of people... Well, what kind of creeps me out is Lindsey Graham, who is a total rhino, said that this was a great thing that Trump did, and which he's been totally against Trump. I don't know. These people, you just don't know who to trust. It's scary. Hey, Phil. How much money are they going to spend on trying to impeach him? I'm so fucking tired, sick and tired of it. Well, for sure, Netanyahu, he's supposed to go to prison after these wars stop, so he doesn't want these wars to stop. Well, I want him. I don't know. I don't like him. There's a lot of war hawks in this cabinet. Even the last Democrat, they are all, if we listen to Stephen Gardner here, he names all the presidents that have done shit. And also in other videos, he's named the presidents who have said that we need to close our borders, right? Round up the illegal immigrants and get them out. But when Trump says it, oh, it's terrible. He's the worst president ever. No, fuck you.
Clear
Excuse
that
my language.
intel was signaling Iran
Hi,
was just
Johnny.
weeks away from their first nuclear weapon.
Right,
Even
Lexi.
Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, signaled he was backing away from his support of Iran having a nuke. Now, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and President Trump were being fed conflicting and purposely.
Thank you, Scarface. You can't just listen to one side. You can't. You have to listen to both sides. Otherwise, your opinion sucks because you're basing it only off of your beliefs and what your narrative is. See, I listen to both sides and I make my own decision. Well, for me, common sense is my decision. And or I make my decision with my common sense. But still, you get bashed if you don't, your opinions don't align with what people think they should. I don't care. I have my beliefs and I'm entitled to my beliefs. Why do you think we have different people in the elections? because different people stand for different things. They have different goals. They have, you know what I'm saying? So why would we all want to have the same opinions?
Bad information about Iran's nuclear program. This was to
the art of the deal.
Divide the two of them. This was to make President Trump look bad so that people would say, well, we believe Tulsi, and others would say, no, we believe
they gave
President
Trump a bunch of bad information.
Either way, Intel is now showing
disgusting.
That President Trump
the president of the
wanted
United
to move
States
on this in order to keep America safe. Now, many are saying that he is a puppet of Israel. I don't believe this is true. Just like with the Gaza situation, he stepped in
That's right, Arnie.
as the big alpha male. And
John, we're talking, we're listening to Stephen Gardner, and he's talking about everything, you know, what went on in Iran last night.
Now, things are going much better in Gaza, and they're getting food and water and supplies in there. Israel has lost control of the situation. Israel then attacked Iran.
He'll talk about that, Scarface. Stephen will talk about that. Here's the thing. Trump tried to make peace, to have peace. They didn't want it. That's not our fault.
People that the President of the United States was negotiating with. I believe Trump has now stepped in as the big alpha male in order to take control of the situation. Now, for over a month, President Trump, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and others have tried to negotiate a peaceful breakup of Iran's nuclear program. However, Iran refused to negotiate. So President Trump and the U.S. military made a precise and coordinated attack on 3 missile and nuclear creation sites. Joint Chief of Staff Raisin Kane outlines all of Operation Midnight Hammer here, and in a more precise way than I can.
Oh, I have, Jessica. Watched Benny
and then I'll go into what everybody missed.
He's awesome.
Why didn't anyone tell me about this before? Back pain kept me in constant pain for almost 2 years, ruining my life.
Angry? Not at all.
Back pain, most people
I'm not
At
angry.
midnight
I
Friday
just don't
into
feel
Saturday
well.
morning, a large B-2 strike package comprised of bombers launched from the continental United States.
As part of a plan to maintain tactical surprise, part of the package proceeded to the west and into the Pacific as a decoy, a deception effort known only to an extremely small number of planners and key leaders here in Washington and in Tampa. The main strike package, comprised of 7 B-2 Spirit bombers, each with 2 crew members, proceeded quietly to the east with minimal communications. Throughout the 18-hour flight into the target area, the aircraft completed multiple in-flight refuelings.
I agree.
Once over land, the B-2s linked up with escort and support aircraft in a complex, tightly timed maneuver requiring exact synchronization across multiple platforms in a narrow piece of airspace, all done with minimal communications.
Okay.
This type of integration is exactly what our joint force does better than anyone else in the world.
Yeah, plus we're the
At
only ones that
approximately
had
5 p.m. Eastern
the
Standard Time
capabilities
last
to
night,
do
and
what
just
happened.
prior to the strike package entering Iran, a U.S.
Listen to
submarine in the
this.
Central Command area of responsibility launched more than 24 Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles against key surface infrastructure targets at Esfahan. As the Operation Midnight Hammer strike package entered Iranian airspace, the U.S. employed several deception tactics, including decoys, as the 4th and 5th generation aircraft pushed out in front of the strike package at high altitude and high speed, sweeping in front of the package for enemy fighters and surface-to-air missile threats. The strike package was supported by U.S. Strategic Command, U.S. Transportation Command, U.S. Cyber Command, U.S. Space Command, U.S. Space Force, and U.S. European Command. As the strike package approached Fordow and Natanz, the U.S. protection package employed high-speed suppression weapons to ensure safe passage of the strike package, with fighter assets employing preemptive suppressing fires against
What's going
any
to happen
potential
next?
Iranian
We don't know.
surface-to-air threats. We are currently unaware
Well,
of any shots fired
there's
at
going to
the
be
U.S. strike
retaliation.
package on
That's
the way
for
in.
sure.
At approximately 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:10 a.m. Iran time, the lead B-2 dropped 2 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator weapons on the first of several aim points at Fordo. As the president stated last night, the remaining bombers then hit their targets as well, with a total of 14 MOPs dropped against 2 nuclear target areas. All 3 Iranian nuclear infrastructure targets were struck between 6:40 p.m. and 7:05 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's about 2:10 in the morning local time in Iran, with the Tomahawk missiles being the last to strike at Esfahan to ensure we retain the element of surprise throughout the operation.
Yes, Brian, that's what we're talking about.
Following weapons release, the Midnight Hammer strike package exited Iranian airspace and the package began its return home. We are unaware of any shots fired at the package on the way out. Iran's fighters did not fly, and it appears that Iran's surface-to-air missile systems did not see us. Throughout the mission, we retained the element of surprise. In total, U.S. forces employed approximately 75 precision-guided weapons during this operation. This included, as the president stated last night, 14 30,000-pound GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, marking the first ever operational use of this weapon. I know that battle damage is of great interest. Final battle damage will take some time, but initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction. More than 125 U.S. aircraft.
Okay. Here's the thing, Scarface. I get what you're saying. Excuse me. Gosh, you guys. I'm not feeling good. I get what you're saying. You know, we were talking about that last night. You know, should the U.S. insert themselves in this? Well, yes, because no matter what freaking country you are, we don't want them having nuclear weapons like that. Like, Israel or not Israel, even for America, we as America don't want Iran having access to that. Yep, that's right, Texas. Yep, that's right. And that's, you know, so much corruption. Well, they shouldn't either, but probably to protect themselves against Iran, right? So now, if Iran doesn't have any, then Israel shouldn't have any. Iran sponsors terror groups like Hamas and Hezbollah that have attacked America. Thank you, Texas. What happens if Russia and China gives them a new book? And, you know, that's a huge possibility. You know, Russia said, Putin said he backed them, but he was not going to get involved in, you know, retaliating against America. But who knows, you know? What happens if Russia? Oh. Mother of all bombs. Mother of all something. I can't remember.
Participated in this mission, including B-2 stealth bombers, multiple flights of 4th and 5th generation fighters, dozens and dozens of air refueling tankers, a guided missile submarine, and a full array of intelligence,
Here, you guys,
surveillance,
here's the thing. I'm not okay with anybody bombing anybody. Like I said, we shouldn't have nuclear weapon. I mean, no. If I had my way, they wouldn't exist, but I don't, unfortunately. And we have to protect ourselves against that. Russia and China, and has never given them a nuke. I doubt they will now. Jesco says that. Jesco, are you the one that did parodies on Lisa Richard? Can you tell me? I think you are. I used to watch your videos if you are. Never trust a Russian. Jesco, I think you are. I'm not sure. I didn't take the injection. Not one fucking time. Fuck no. Excuse my language. I did not take that. Lone Wolf, let's keep the peace. Then America has to defuse nuclear weapons. What do you say? Yeah, I would love that. Absolutely. But it's not my decision, right? Because we have these people that the government that does what the fuck they want. I mean, that's why everybody has nukes, because nobody can be bullied if they have nukes, right? But if no, hey, Big D, my day was good today, Jeremy. How was yours, honey? I've been so lazy, you guys, with this ear issue and my sinuses. So exactly the same viewpoint. We have to protect ourselves. Iran wants to protect themselves, and yeah, but they're a lot. You have to admit, Scarface, they're terrorists. It was good. Now I like you, because you're on peace side. Yes, Scarface, me too. I wish there weren't nukes. I absolutely do. Fight it out the old school way. America has had their fingers in all the pies. They're going to get one chopped off, and they did it purposely. You look like you never had a headache a day. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I have a horrible one. Thank you, Donna. You call Iran terrorists, but really, do you know the history? I'm not saying that in a mean way. Do you know the history of Israel? They've caused conflicts, terrorist things for years. Thank you. My height? I'm 5'4". Why? You guys, I don't know. I just know that we're in a scary time right now. It's scary. We don't know what we don't know what's going to happen now. We don't know what yes, I am from America. If we have more oil than anybody, tell Iran to kiss our ass. Well, that's what they're talking about now, Arnold, is that Iran's going to keep oil from us, and people in our country saying, you know what, give us some time. We got it here. Don't worry about it. I look like I'm about to cry. Maybe it's my eyes because I don't feel good. Persian people are good. It's the people that run the country that are religious fanatics threatening everyone. Definitely a scary time. We're probably at DEFCON 3 high alert. DEFCON 2 is we're about to launch nuclear weapons, and DEFCON 1 is relaunched. I think that's how it goes. Oh, shit. We must be prepared. You're right, John. Not scary here. No bombs have dropped it. That's true. None have. Hi, Robert. Robert, let's ask Robert. Robert, what do you think about what the USA did to Iran last night? Hey, Eric. Next Supreme Leader will have a speech and act tough. Then in 48 hours, we'll reach a deal. Some people figured it out years ago. What's going to happen? The left and the right are both. Well, here, you know what, Big D? I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I think God had it figured out a long time ago. I think prophecy is playing out. I think exactly what's supposed to happen is happening, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I feel possibly that whether you love him or hate him or whatever, I think Trump's trying to get America in the place it needs to be when Christ returns, because it's been so against God for so long. It's like you can't talk about the Bible, you can't talk about God, you can't do anything, and churches are being destroyed, vandalized, driven into all kinds of stuff, and priests and don't even get me started on the things that are going on in those churches, with little kids. And, I think we're being prepared for Christ to return. I believe that's what's in the Bible, and that's my belief. You guys may think something different, but I've been thinking this for a while now. It's 12:46 a.m. for you. Wow, that's late. We will destroy by fire and brimstone. Is that using a nuke? Ooh, Arnold, that's scary. America bit off more than I can chew. It supports Israel in the Middle East. It has warships in Taiwan to protect against China. It's helping Ukraine. This is nuts. You brought up Christ. This is interesting. Do you know what Israel does not believe in Christ? They think he's a prophet, not God. And in the Jewish Talmud, it says Jesus in hell. Wait, what? Jesus is in hell in feces. Who said that? Nobody's coming to save you, especially reality. That's right, Big D. No one's coming to save us. Well, until the very end. America looks and acts differently now. Israel attacked Gaza, so Iran attacked Israel. And Americans attacked Iran. World War III in the making. Everyone's digitally damaged. There you go, Big D. That's it, right there. Talmud. About Jesus, so that's why it trips me out. Why so many different. Jesus will be here any day now, someone says. I don't like Netanyahu. I don't. Thank you, Stephen. See? Okay, I want to let Robert give it to you guys, because I know some things, but I can't sit here and say or act like I know everything, because I don't. I know what I've learned, what I've studied, what's sunken into my brain. But Robert knows a lot. What's your profession? Can you please? What solutions? Why do you want to know that? I help people find housing. Well, for sure, the whole cabinet Israeli from Netanyahu to been given all the rest, every radical. That's very bad. See, I don't think Trump thinks that, though. Like, you say Trump's a puppet. I think Trump believes he's doing good for Israel. I don't believe that. That's just my thought. Hey, Norton, how are you? This will be over in the next. Eric, what do you mean by say that? What do you mean by that? It'll be over in the next 48 hours. The FBI found 24 minors in Jacksonville, Florida. They were missing and some possible. I saw that. We're distracted by AI, internet technology, and how about we all stop fighting about things we cannot control? Be kind to each other, love each other. God bless everyone. Thank you, Katie. Yes, that's right. I mean, we're not fighting in here. We're sharing, sharing our opinions. But yes, so many people are fighting, and so many mothers. Let's talk about that. Mothers with little children sit on the internet 16, 17 hours a day and neglect their kids. Well, when the time does come, right, they're going to be sitting there thinking all of the time that they missed out with their children. It's disgusting what's going on social media. Worrying isn't going to change everything. And I'm a huge warrior. That too. Warrior. Alaska. Your subscriber, madam. We love you. I am a fan of you. We have the right to know your. No. I'm not trying to be rude, but no. Hey, Wes. Some things I'm learning on social media shouldn't be shared, because solutions, maybe not everybody is as nice and kind as you got to remember how many thousands of other people come across these videos, right? So I have to think about what I want to share, and expect that not just the people in here at this moment is going to hear what I'm saying, you know? So I was not trying to be rude to you. I'm just speaking facts, and I hope you can understand that. In one of your lives in chat, someone said Trump would not bomb Iran. I told him, don't hold your breath. I am not in OnlyFans. We have to be concerned of these Iranians Biden let loose over here. The sleeper cells, absolutely. That's a concern. That's a concern. AI will take over the human race. I think, and I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I don't think Elon Musk is fully 100% human. I don't. He's got something else that he's not 100% human. The foreign lobby group AIPAC, Americans Israel Public Affairs Committee, buys Democratic and Republican seats and essentially controls. And then they have to do specific things and favors for them because they donated to them. That's why the war sucks. I wish there was no war. God and family, we're all that matters. I agree, Katie. Nobody has the right to know anything about her. Thank you. Okay with her answer. Okay. She's got to think about safety and security to think about. Thank you, honey. Supreme leader will back down and want a deal, but he will spout rhetoric that they won. That's kind of the problem. Depends on which guide you follow. The media shouldn't say where these be. Too many Iranians over here. There definitely could be sleeper cells in America, but let's not forget there could be false flags by outside entities like Israel. Then what is he? Jeremy, who are you talking about, hun? Would you like to be my girlfriend, please? I really need one. For one, I'm probably too old for you. For another, I'm just doing me right now. I just follow what's inherently understood by almost everyone. But there's rhetoric from everybody. Let's remember that. We love our family and lives. We don't want to see harm. Robert says, I am more concerned about the 27 radical Islamic training camps already here and those who come across the border more than likely that are here now. I think Musk could be the Antichrist, just possibly. He sets himself up as the savior of humanity and gets very uncomfortable when someone brings up God. Just food for thought. The Shurkin zone. Yes. It's scary. You're 33. Well, I'm almost 57, so I could be your mom. I think that the government exposed too much information. I do too. They should never have done that. Never have done that. Because technically, there would be time to move things, you know? You need a girlfriend right now? What is your opinion on heroism of Putin? I'm not Lorax. That's okay. If you don't think I'm attractive, that's okay. That's your opinion. Hey, you know. The Ayatollah picked his backup. His name is Biden. Good choice. You don't look old, Bella. Oh, well, thank you, Jeremy. Let's not forget that with the radical Islamists, there's also radical Jewish and radical Christians in high places of power. Can you say hi, tacos? Hey, tacos. I'm still wondering when the Epstein files. Is Scarface? I don't think they're coming out. I don't understand it. I mean, that was one thing that was supposed to be. Hey, City of Peace. Hi, Ivy. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Revolutions mentions trumpet sounding, and that scares me. I think the world leaders who start these wars should get in a ring. I think so too, Katie. I think do it old school, right? I mean, why do you have to use nukes, man? Leave the innocent people alone. They're the ones it's between the leaders. We're not doing any of it. Why do we have to pay the price, or our loved ones, or just Americans, or people in general? we're the ones who suffer for their mistakes. Supreme Leader is a coward, that he is already in hiding. Gladiator style. Do you like Trump, Ivy? I do like Trump. The Antichrist won't happen till after the rapture. And I don't know, Elon, I've always thought Obama was the Antichrist. I don't know why. They say that the Antichrist was very well liked. Obama is very well liked. They say he has brown skin, and that he has brown eyes. I can't remember the. Say something about Putin heroism as well as his negative too. Would I kiss Trump on the cheek? Yeah. Obama is anti-American. Yes. The Bible. Let's see. What do you want me to say about Putin? What do you mean his heroism? I don't like Putin. Putin, bad man. Astro says hi. Hi, Astro. Where did Jesco go? Jesco, are you still here? Obama Oasis, get off me, Big Mike. Michael and I. I mean, Michelle. Are you dual streaming? No, Norton, I'm not. I'm not, honey. I never dual stream. I don't know. But I did. You guys, you know what I made for us? So we could talk about any freaking thing we want without being censored. I made a Discord. I don't know. Someone invited me to a Discord. I didn't have a Discord, or I didn't have one to go into an account. So I made one. And I'm like, oh, shoot, we could use this. Aw, Jeremy, thank you. Gosh, Jeremy, that's like between last night and tonight. Gosh, you've given me lots of super chats. Thank you so much. You've put me over my, over the, what's it called, you guys? You have a good night's sleep, Jeremy. Thank you, honey. What's crazy is that for years our government has been giving these radical countries taxpayer money as so-called aid. I have family that are Republicans and family that are Democrats, and I'm neither. I can see the BS and all that. I look at them and they are so locked in their tunnel vision thinking. Ivy says, I think that Trump should take the people that are doing something, not the people that are doing anything. Take the people. What do you mean, Ivy? Can you explain, honey? You would have been damn hot in your days, but still look goddess if you take care of yourself. Well, thank you. Hey, Scott. Jeremy wants a date. I know Jeremy is very supportive and always commenting, having conversations, sending super chats. Very sweet. You are so pretty. Thank you. I'm not. I look terrible right now because I'm sick. I'm not Demo Republican. I'm just pro-human life, love, and peace. That's good, Katie. She showed us pictures from the 90s supermodel hot. It said, now, you respect my mommy. Thank you, Solutions. Hello, praying cadet, or decad? I don't know. Yes, very sweet, Jeremy. I really appreciate it. Oh, Katie, thank you. I try, you guys. I did a mask last night. Or was it this morning? Hold on. Last night. I did a mask last night. I really try to take care of myself. Good night, Scott. We should defund the UN because they are funded by taxpayers. There's so much that needs to be done, you guys. And I've never liked, like, the Bushes. I never liked them. I'm jealous, Ivy. I haven't been camping in so long. I want to go camping. I know. But look at this one's down to 3%. And this one's down to 0, I think. Hold on. 0. And I'm out of my blue raz vape juice. After age 40, everything started going downhill, literally. Yeah, Katie, I get it. Where are you going camping, hon? You don't have to share if you don't want. This one's Dragon Melon, but the one I usually vape that I order on this special website is Blue Raz Pop Clouds. Greek and Italian. That's my nationality. And white. I'm a white girl. What can I say? Hello. Hey, word salad. How are you? Thank you for the 19 thumbs up, you guys. Utah Mountain Blueberry Bliss. That's my girl, Katie. Blueberry's a good one. Oh my gosh. And you guys will be proud of me. Well, the only reason I did it is this is my last 12-ounce can of Red Bull I have. I had to buy the 8-ounce ones because they didn't have any of the 12-ounce white peach, only in sugar-free. Ugh, gross. And so I had to buy the 8-ounce ones. But I smoked cigarettes for 25 years. I'm surprised. I'm not saying I look good, but I'm surprised I don't look worse than I do because my diet's terrible. It's been getting better. You guys have been seeing me cook for myself, so that's better. I'm eating vegetables. But for the longest time, my diet's been terrible. I've drank Red Bull for a long time. Vape. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink. I used to take opiates. And I used to have fun with some little party favors every once in a while, like ecstasy and stuff like that. So I'm really surprised I don't look more haggard than I do. So I'm like, okay, God, you've been good to me. I have to take care of this. Greece is where Netanyahu went to hide after the... Oh, really? I didn't know that, Scarface. See, I'm learning things from you I didn't know. It takes 15 years for your lungs to clear from smoking. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I've been off of cigarettes for many years. The tobacco part of it. Of course, Greece did because they're pro-Zionist. I quit cigarettes almost 2 years ago. Congratulations, Katie. Greece ambassador at the UN today totally supported U.S. actions and condemned Iran. Ivy says, don't smoke Red Bull at night. I can go to sleep, Omar, after drinking a can of Red Bull. I cannot speak it. No, I was born and raised here in America. We like America because without America, the world could not see the technology we are. Or literally lived almost the same life. Really, Katie? Living in Greece or... my mom is Sicilian, and my dad, I don't know, he was Greek from somewhere. Black lung? He's calling me black lung. I had a friend that was smoking weed, vaping, and doing energy drinks all the time, and then he had a brain aneurysm. Just, oh my gosh, that's scary. Black lung. Hey, the last time I had my lungs checked, they were fine. I cannot speak anything. I tried to learn French, but it didn't work. After a certain age, it's just more about life and family, and that's why I stopped almost everything. Yes. Katie, do you mind me asking how old you are, hon? Oh, yes, much better after quitting smoking. Yes, I was in Athens. That is on my list, you guys. I want to go to Greece. I really, 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 really want to go to Greece. Prank call. Hey, Walking Tall. So let's...
reconnaissance aircraft, as well as hundreds of maintenance and operational professionals.
I was reading my...
As the secretary said, this was the
I was
largest
reading my book.
B-2 operational strike in U.S. history and the second longest B-2 mission
That's a
ever
good
flown,
age.
exceeded only by those in the days following 9/11.
Big fat Greek wedding.
Did you know that you can have permanent teeth in just 24 hours?
Maybe you can
Only
talk
24
about
hours
this. It's
and your new
just
smile is
slander
ready.
over my
Forget
Greek
waiting
man
months
would
with
have
temporary
to.
teeth of those insane
I agree.
uncomfortable dentures.
I agree. Scarface. Greek men are disgusting. Yes, my father was disgusting. Dirty man. If you live rent free, what's preventing you from going to Greece? Because I am helping my kids. I'm trying to save some money. I pay for pretty much everything for the SOSA, vet bills, baths, toenail clippings, food, treats, medicines, everything. I pay for that. So yeah, I don't have money to go to Greece right now. I'm trying to save for a car. I love Indian food, yes. I love curries, and so I like Thai food too. They have sex. That's crazy. I would just hear about those things over the years. Didn't know it was true. Yeah, Greek men. Well, I can't say all Greek men, but my dad was, yes, men in general. How old are my kids? Are you asking about my 25 and 27? But it's hard right now. It's not my responsibility, but you know what? If me and my ex-husband hadn't had his parents to help us, it wasn't even near as expensive now as things are. Thank you, Thomas. Do you like Mediterranean food? Yes. Hold on. Been married 10 years to my husband, and I love him dearly. Aw. You just earned a sub. Love your energy. It's the good kind of contagious. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. You sure don't want to be a goat. That's right, Robert. I've had Greek food before. That's pretty. It is. It is. I love Kalamata olives too. Feta cheese. That's all my dad used to eat. I remember. I can speak English and Spanish. I want to learn Spanish so bad. You say you want to go to Greece, just reach under your car, rub it. You will find plenty of Greece. How long have I been an empty nester? Well, let's see. Totally empty nester, I would say my son moved out because they both had moved out, and then both of them moved back. My daughter's married now, out of the house, but then my son came back for a few years. So I would say 2.5 years. No adult children is an oxymoron. Come to India? I would love to go to India, but I read, write, and speak German fluently. I'm so jealous, you guys. Like, I wish I knew another language. My favorite thing to do is camping. I love camping. I like hiking. Now, if you ask me when's the last time I got to do any of that stuff, then I love reading. I love spending time with my kids, my grandkid. Family is like the absolute most important to me. I like working, even though my job is really, really hard. I love working, I have to say. I like cleaning. Hi, Paula. Welcome back. French, Spanish, Romanian, Italian, and there's one more. There are 5 Romance languages, and they are very similar to each other, thus easy to learn once you have learned one fluently. Oh, I am 56, Texan. It's 11:10 and I'm still at work. Oh my gosh, don't go to India. They shit on the ground. Well, Arnold, they're shitting on the ground in California. What's the difference? Right? I mean, shit, we've become a third world country almost. I've been to Brazil before. That place was party. So Scarface, is Brazil, isn't that a place where like the women are very beautiful and they pretty much wear nothing around? Thank you, that Texan. It's understandable that you want to help your kids financially, but you are not wealthy, so you need to look. Well, I am now, Alaska, and it's getting a lot better. But being I didn't have any money before I moved, right? You guys, if you were here, my rent was $2,200 a month. And then with all my other bills and food and all that, I was paying out over $3,000 a month to live by my, you know, I had to pay that to survive. And so when I moved here, it was like, oh my gosh, okay, now I'm paying off bills. You know, I'm paying off bills that I had before, credit cards, things like that. And so it's just taking some time. Oh, really? 44, 45? That's nice. What do I work at? I help people find housing. I mean, yes, the women everywhere were beautiful. It was really overwhelming. I wouldn't say they wore nothing. I guess it depends on what's. Oh, okay. Robert says, and there is some old dude on every corner playing with cobras in India. I read Kamala's dumping Dougie. Probably. And Michael's talking really bad about Obama, too. Washington, honey. California rent is insane. I make decent money and I would not be able to pay $2,200 a month. I had 3 jobs, remember? Cleaning houses, delivering groceries, shopping and delivering groceries. And then I also did vacation by rental, VRBO. It depends on the woman. I paid $2,400 for a single bedroom. Are you serious? It's very hot in Brazil. My mortgage is half. I know, Robert. I had 3 jobs, yes. Now I have 1. No, Instacart. It was Instacart. 18 items from Sam's Club today was almost $250. Costco is crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Just to make it in America, people are working 2 to 3 jobs, living in cars. Exactly. What was my first job? The first job I had, I worked at a teen club. It was like a little teen hangout club where remember I told you I used to break dance? So we used to break dance. One of my good friends, my boss, ended up hiring me there. That's how he became like a brother to me, a father kind of. And so I did that, and then I think my job after that was Herfy's. I worked at Herfy's. How do you feel about guys with facial hair? It depends on the guy. You love facial hair? VRBO, honey. I just can't believe what we gave to freaking Ukraine. No, I used to do the centipede. I used to break dance. I was good at it, actually. No parking, baby. No parking on the dance floor. Jam on it. Jam on it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Egyptian lover, baby. Remember all that music? Would you like to be my mama girlfriend? Were you with a crew or just friends? Oh, we kind of had our own little crew. We all went there every week and it was fun. You say you like camping. I was homeless for a long time, living in a tent. Walking tall, I like camping, but it probably would be different if I had to live outside. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs, but here's the thing. I'm a survivor, baby. That's me. A hell of a lot less money is going overseas since Biden left. That's true. First job was a pizza parlor. Oh, that's cute. No, I guess my first job would have been babysitting when I was younger. But an actual job. I did what I had to do. I've always been a survivor in life. I guess it's probably attributed to the fact that I've been on my own since I was 15 years old, and I've had to make it. I didn't have anyone to show me the way, to teach me work ethic, nothing. I just had to figure it out on my own, and I did. So, who's my celebrity crush? You know, there's not a lot of celebrities that I think are hot. I don't know. I don't really have one, I guess. I have one. It's a female. She plays on FBI. You know who I'm talking about? Can see you in a band. To all the freaks. Wait, hold on. Can you see it? Wait. Can you move your body from left to right? To all the freaks that are in. Yes. Move your body from left to right. Wait. So all you freaks. Don't stop. Don't. Remember freestyle? Don't stop. Dun 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 dun. Or what about when I hear music, it makes me dance. You got the music, here's my chance. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Before we go any further, let's be friends are the words we use every day. Most of the time we use it in the wrong way. Now you can look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friends. Remember the chicken song? Wait. Yep, I've had such an odd range of jobs in my life. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Remember that song? Sorry, my jokes are really not that funny all the time. They what happened during my childhood? Word salad knows. Stevie Nicks, you're right. I guess I don't look at her as a celebrity, but Word Salad got it. Stevie Nicks is my absolute all-time favorite crush. First and foremost, Stevie Nicks. I love her. Okay. But as an actress person, okay, as an actress, I'll show you who my favorite crush is. And I love her. I think she's gorgeous. And she's my type of woman. Her. I love her. All right. What happened in my younger years? Blondie was. You have no crush, Alaska Unknown? Blondie was your first crush? Well, Texan, I've dated women in my past. Do I prefer them? No. I prefer men. But I just, it's not a crush, I guess. I just think she's really beautiful and I like the part she plays in that show, and I don't know, she's just cute. Scarface, we aren't giving them shit compared to when Biden and the Democrats. I agree. Well, when I was 15, Arnold, I think it was Arnold who asked, my mom kicked me out of the house. What's my favorite part about camping? The morning. Waking up in the morning and just having the fresh air be out there. Getting up, making coffee. Just the peace and the nature part of it. I love it. My mom, I was talking about this the other night. My mother didn't want me, but she didn't want me to be happy anywhere else. So I had this friend and her parents who wanted to adopt me pretty much in junior high school. They took me school clothes shopping. They gave me a room in their house of my own. They got me school supplies. They wanted to take care of me. They wanted to give me a home. And they knew my mom was an alcoholic and that she didn't want me. But she had me picked up at their house while we were eating dinner. And the police took me and said I couldn't stay there and took me to a receiving home, which my mom never came. She didn't want me to get back home, which this family that was going to adopt me came down to see me. But it was scary. Yeah, she'd send me off with her friends who were drunk. And this one time, this lady, her and her husband, they would drive around drunk all the time, and my mom wanted me to go away. So she goes, go stay with them for the night. They were staying in this nasty motel, and we went shopping, right? Well, this woman, turns out she had a bunch of stolen credit cards on her, and she was using them when I was with her, and she got caught. And so guess where? I got taken down to Seattle police station, waited. It seemed like for hours and hours and hours to be picked up. But and then, another time I had to sleep in the motel room with them while they were doing it on the bed, and I was watching TV on the floor. It was disgusting. Just so many gross things in my life that there's a lot of trauma that I went through that I have. Hold on. There's a lot of trauma that I went through that I've had to seek help for, like get therapy for. And I swore I never, ever, ever wanted my kids to go through anything close to what I went through. And they didn't. They went, I wasn't a perfect mom. I made my mistakes too. But every generation should try to do better. And I think if you're a mother who is jealous of your child, you need to seek help. That it's awful to do that to your child. I don't know how a parent could be jealous of their child. Like I remember when people would compliment my children or talk about, my daughter and how beautiful she was or how smart she was. I loved it. I ate it up. I was like, yes, she is. Thank you very much. It's like my mom would tell people, don't say that to her. It's just weird. Baby Carrot. No, this is when I was younger, Katie. I'm not North now. That's not America first. I asked because a lot of young ladies with trauma turn to drugs and strip clubs. What did you ask? Hold on, let me go back. You have survived through a lot. The one and only. Hey, welcome back. That's nothing what I just shared. That's nothing what I've gone through. Did you ever strip? I did work in a club. It was, that club specifically was, you could not take any of your clothes off. And I worked there for a few months. I made pretty good money, but it wasn't me. I couldn't do it. I was like, nope, can't do it. And I dabbled in drugs. Yes, I did ecstasy. I tried cocaine. I also was a little tramp. I, slept around a lot with a lot of guys, call it daddy issues or whatever issues. I don't know, but I did. And it's so weird because I'm so different now. It's like, I look back and I'm like, I can't even imagine being like that now. I don't drink. I don't like to party. It's weird. It's like, I'm so different now. And it must be just all the work I've done on myself, Certainly is awful and it's traumatic. At 15, you're not fully prepared for the world. Yes. I did go to raves. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. I'm the one and only dominator. I'm the one and only dominator. Sometimes when I hear that music, it triggers something in me. It's almost like I feel like I'm back on ecstasy and I'm feeling that feeling. It's really weird. But yeah, I used to drop E and go to raves and go to the clubs and all that stuff. Yep. But you know what? I'm not ashamed of it whatsoever. and I'll share it with the world. I don't care, because you know what? That's how I am, who I am now, and I love who I am now. I love me as a person now. So, I mean, do I wish I didn't have to go through all the molestations when I was a child, and the not having a mom who loved me and a father who died when I was 11? And do I wish that stuff wouldn't have happened? Yeah. But it did, and it just made me who I am now. You know, so a lot of people experience being molested once as a child, or twice maybe. I can't even count like how many times that happened. It's like a lot of it's blocked out too. Um, but I did hate guys for a really long time because I just didn't trust them. But then I turned opposite, and I thought I needed to be that way to get love, right? And that was not the right thing to do. Yeah, and then I had a couple of abusive relationships, physically abusive relationships. That's why when you guys ask me, you know, don't you have a boyfriend? Aren't you dating? Nope. No. No. Because in my life, relationships, men have just been a lot of heartache for me. So when it's just me, I know what to expect. It's just me. I don't have to worry about being lied to, being cheated on, being hit, being none of that stuff. You know what I mean? And I know there's many people who have gone through the same, if not worse, than I have. So I just pray that everybody can get help for it. And I mean, some people turn to drugs and they just don't come back, and that breaks my heart. And I thank God every day that He gave me the will and helped me up out of that hell that I was in. It certainly is awful and it's traumatic. At 15, you're not fully prepared for the real world. You must be. I'm not. I have to work tomorrow. Do you indulge in the Millennium Brothers? If you're a raver, because you said you did ecstasy. Yes, I used to love ecstasy. It's only 10:30 here. You should volunteer at Camp Mariposa out in... Where's that? You're a total homebody too? How old were you when your parents kicked you out? 15 years old, Ivy. This channel, love this channel, and I'm glad Me too, Katie. Yes, a lot of celebrities. Yes. Thank you for subbing, Katie. Thank you for sharing. That sounds like you've been through a lot. Glad to see that you're not able to make amazing. Thank you, Scarface. You and Sosa. Yeah. How old are you? Where's your parent? A lot of celebrities and famous. A lot of them were. Yep, they were groomed. Oh my gosh, there's so many. It's so sad. And what's even, what's sad is that a lot of parents gave their children to these people to do with what they would, so they can be, hello, Elizabeth, so they could be, famous. And that, it's for the parent. That's why. Somebody asked about my mom, when your parents get you out something. Why my mom kicked me out or something. My mom did not like girls. But specifically, she did not love me. She told me that. She told me right before bed. I remember like it was yesterday. I was getting ready to go to bed. She came in my room, sat on my bed. I have to tell you something. Okay. I used to think I was adopted because I thought adopted kids were treated worse. But she said, I don't love you. I was like, I think this was right after my dad died. And she said, I don't love you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I just don't love you like I love my other kids. My mom was sick that way. She loved to see me cry. She loved to hurt me. And I spent all my life trying to earn her love and earn her acceptance. And, you know, whatevs. Hi, Kaylee. That's kind of rude. It is, Chanel. Is that how you say it, Chanel? I'm about to go. Good night, Scarface. Hey, thank you for being part of the conversation tonight. I enjoyed having you here. Oh, and Chanel asked why I voted for Trump. How old were you when she kicked you out of the house? 15, Ivy. I don't like seeing you alone there. Damon, I'm good. Good night, Kaylee. I voted for Trump because he represents, like, or what he would say. Here's the thing, and I think this is what a lot of people miss. I think a lot of times when you're from a certain era, I think you have certain values, or you hold certain values close to your heart because it's what you've always known. And his just aligned, the things he would say aligned with what I know and how I feel. So are you trying to threaten me, Damon? When I say I'm okay, you say I don't think so? I am okay. There are times when we need someone. I don't need anybody. I've got me and I've got him. That's all I need. Listen, Damon, I've been on my own since I was 15, okay? I think I've got this, but thank you. We have treaties and agreements with most of those countries that have to be honored to prevent worse things from happening. But yes, we need new agreements now. I mean, interesting. Very interesting. It's crazy. It's just so weird because when you're married for 25 years with the person 30 years, have a family, and then all of a sudden it's gone. It's like, that's traumatic. When everyone's gone, nobody needs you anymore. And that's been your role for so many years, you know? And then when it's just you that you have to take care of, like on a daily basis, sure, my kids will reach out every once in a while, or I'll offer to them help for, I'll just send them some money. Because I know how it is at that age. And so you're just kind of going, what's my purpose now? What am I needed for now? That's when it's time to start taking care of yourself. Nick, is your mother still alive? Yes, she is. And did you have any kind of relationship with her after being thrown out? No. Boob, you don't want to see someone else happy. I like seeing other people happy, yes. Camp Mariposa is a weekend retreat camp for kids who have lost a parent or a parent. Oh, I would love that. Where's it at? As long as you have God just like you, yes. Okay, so Nick asked, so my mother and I have never, ever had a relationship, like a mother-daughter relationship. There's been the surface, I love you, words exchanged, but she's already told me she doesn't. So that's gone, that's been a recorded tape in my head for all these years. She was never a grandmother to my kids, never spent any time with them. We don't talk really. She called me, what was it, about a month ago, after it had been like 8 months, 6 months, something like that. And it's because of a picture I have that she wants. But other than that, no, we don't have a relationship. After she threw you out and you knew her when you were older, did you guys ever? Yeah, we've talked. Yeah, but we don't spend time together. Hey, Daisy. You want to be a daddy, David? Well, meet somebody, fall in love, get married, and be a daddy. But you know what that did? You know, and it was rough on my husband as well, my ex-husband, because he saw me, you know, before we had kids, he saw me constantly trying to build a relationship with my mom and crying on the phone with her all the time because of how she would treat me. And he would be like, just stop talking to her. Cut her out of your life. I'm like, I can't. That's my mom. Like, I just want her to love me. And I mean, he went through a lot with me and that whole traumatic situation. He would see how she treated me. She totally took advantage of me. Whenever she needed something, I was the one there to help. But she's my mom, you know? So, I don't know. All I know is I made sure I didn't make the same mistakes with my kids. That's all I can say. What kind of human being is she? You have more 50. What's more 50? What's Everett? Where's Everett? Oh, that's where it is? Is that what you're saying, Eric? My mother was a nasty, vicious bitch who you hit the knives from at nighttime. She was not. Oh, David, I'm sorry. That's sad. I'm sorry. Did she ever hurt you physically? My mom and I got into it one time physically, but she was more very mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. That would be hard for a spouse to deal with. Yeah, yep. You're telling everything about you, Madame. Now you disclosed your jobs too. I'm happy to know. I like you. My jobs from when I was 16, 17, 18. Yes, I'm 56, almost 57. So yeah. You're gonna be a fake daddy? What's that? What's a fake daddy? You guys, you have to watch Criminal Minds. I'm telling you, it's fucking awesome. The guy who plays the criminal, though, is a hottie. He's good looking, man. Woo! I tell you. Gosh, I have to wait until Thursday to watch it, though. I'm so mad. Yeah, the last one was on the 19th. Thursday. I'm going to try to get my, did your kids ever talk to your mom? You know, honestly, Ivy, they've probably talked to her not even a handful of times. Nope. This was in the 80s. Yes, she hit me over the head with the high heels. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Did they keep you with her? You don't have to share if you don't want. But did you get taken away from her? Like, by the authorities? Did anything happen like that? Did the school notice anything was going on? Copy. But I've moved past all of it now, you guys. I'm good. You know, I've learned through therapy and everything that it's not me. I was a kid. It was something in my mother. She didn't like girls. She didn't like girls, which is crazy because she liked my sister. My sister was more of a tomboy. She did not like it when I got compliments. It was just weird. My mom was very weird that way. You moved in with your grandmother. I'm just sharing you guys my Cash App in the chat in case anybody feels so inclined to send a tip. It's right there, but you don't have to. How did your grandma treat you, David? Did your kids ever talk to your mom without existence of trace? I moved in later. You find it interesting. Find what interesting? My grandmother I met. My mom was looking for a place for the family to move to, right? And her, my brothers, and my sister all went to stay. Remember, I've told you guys about our rich friends. They lived in a mansion. Well, they all went into that house. I got sent off with my alcoholic grandmother, who I didn't know. I didn't know her. She lived in California, but she came up to stay with us for a little while. Then my mom had to find a new place to live. And so my grandma got an apartment. And then all I know is I stayed with her for a short time. And my mom never even came over to see me. Her friend would come over and bring me color books and color crayons and stuff like that. But it was a really, really, really depressing existence as a child. I'll tell you that. Your grandmother was great. That's good. I never met a grandfather, aunts, uncles, stuff like that. Well, I did meet an uncle for a short time. That's right. He came to stay up with us. He was from California too, I believe. But I didn't know my family, But I should get going. I need to wash my face, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, get my jammies on, and go to bed. I have to work tomorrow. Oh, I need to do this stuff one more time. It says twice. Once in the morning when you get up and once at night before you go to bed. When your friend's mom adopted you, did you consider her? No, they didn't adopt me. My friend from school, her family wanted to adopt me, but my mom had me ripped out of their home because she didn't want me to be happy. She didn't want me, but she didn't want anyone else to have me either. But my sister, I ended up going and staying with my sister and her husband. God, I've lived so many places. And then I ended up living with a boyfriend and his mother, but he ended up being abusive, physically abusive. That wasn't fun. Just too much. Be yourself always. That's right, Jim. Can you grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? No, I don't even know what that is. Narcan. That's not Narcan. It's pressure nasal mist. Look it up. It's on Amazon, guys. And I also got this. I got to stick in my ear tonight. This ear oil, too. I'm trying to get this ear cleared out. You guys, I did, though. I'll share the link with you. I'll put it in the community post. I made a Discord so we could all go in there. And then I think on Discord, you guys, you can come up on the panel too and have conversations and stuff. I think that'd be fun. My mom is a nice person now. That's good. My mom, I think she, I think in her own way, I don't know. I think it's maybe the guilt keeps her from trying, you know what I mean? But I told her that I don't hold it against her, My mom didn't have an easy life either, so what can you do? I don't have an adoptive mother. I think you guys misunderstood what I was saying. There was a family, a friend's mother and stepdad that wanted to adopt me. They bought me school clothes. They gave me a room in their home because it was almost time to start school. But my mother had me ripped out of there, so they did not get to adopt me. Discord is it's like you know how there's Patreon, there's just different platforms. It's just a different platform that you can go in. It can be private. Discord is something you have to be invited to, okay? You have to be invited to it. People can't just find it. So, hi, Lyman. That's what I mean. Do you still talk to them? No, I don't. It's not OnlyFans, Jim. No, but you do have to be invited to it. So people can't just come in like they do here. And we can talk about whatever we want in there, you know? We're not going to be, what's the word? We're not going to be, you know, they're not going to say, oh, you can't have this video up. You know what I mean? I do sleep alone, yes. But I do have my weapon here. I have to go wash my face, brush my teeth, go to bed. Okay, you guys, thanks for hanging with me tonight. It was fun. Love you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you soon. It's going to be a busy week. Oh, tomorrow's the day that the big boss comes in, so wish me luck. I feel like I'm getting a lump under here or something. Something keeps bugging me under there. All right. Good night, Robert. Good night, Word Salad. Good night, Baby Carrot. Good night, Donna. Good night, Lexi. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. Sleep with the angels. And I will see you very, very soon. I'm very sure. Okay. God bless. Good night. Pray for America, you guys. You too, Jim. Pray for America. Bye.